So I'm like sitting there staring at the page. I'm like, no, my package is not in transit because it takes 4 hours to get from there to here, and it's been over 2 days. Alright, hey guys, what's up? I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm there on the street, and we are installing a 2TB Seagate hard drive in my desktop right here. Sorry, the camera's a little, you know, short, low, but I'm doing this right now. I don't care if a meteor crashed outside or what. I've been waiting all freaking weekend, and then it just took me forever to get the tripod set up, because other people in this house that use it never nice packaging. By the way, new heck, I was worried about my hard drive. No, not anymore. But yeah, other people in this house don't know how to use a tripod without, you know, disassembling it. Oh, wow, wow. 2 terabyte Seagate hard drive, 2,000 gigabytes is what it says. It's actually closer to 2048. But, yeah, I don't know what it is if you format with NTFS. I'm formatting with ext4, because I'll be using this for my Life on Linux project. I've got a thumbnail of it hanging on my wall that you can't see right there. So, yeah, just going to, oh my god, really carefully, I've got the, you know, cheapo depot cord here, SATA 6 gigabytes per second. Of course, that's tiny. Well, it was cheapo depot, but, oh, 10 inches, yeah. That's what the box says anyways. Does that look like 10 inches to you? Alright, well, yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, well, first of all, I should probably shut the computer down, which will take all of a few seconds once my CRT actually, kicks on. Okay, settings, power, shut down, shutting down. That's right, go. I've been running Windows 8 on this thing for a while. I liked it, but I gotta say, I'm pretty happy to get back to Linux. There we are. Haven't heard that quiet computer noise in a long time. Okay, so taking out the one thumb screw. I was stretching screws all over the place here. I'm actually going to have to do a pretty crazy screw, you know, dissipation thing in a minute here. There's the... Okay, stepped on the bubble wrap. That actually scared me. I thought I might have broken something. Ah, it's been a long time since I actually saw bubble wrap. So yeah, that was actually really funny. Okay, so, you know, yeah, this cable is not nearly as long as I was counting on, but what we're going to do is we're going to use this for the CD drive. Oh, knocked my lava lamp there. And plugging that right in there. Well, alright, does this say anywhere what speed it is? Because I want this to be the full 6 gigabytes per second. Alright, well, nevertheless, we're going to, why don't I take the back cover off here too? I'm going to need to eventually, I guess. I did custom build this computer last summer. Alrighty, there we are. Thing popped off from the pressure. Alright, setting this down right here as well. Cool, cool. And let's see what we got here. In Bay 1, we have our OCZ Vertex SATA 2. That's SATA 2. Alright, our Samsung drive, however, came, I think, it didn't come with the cable. Samsung drive didn't come with the cable. Okay. Well, we're in a little bit of a pickle, because I require the SATA 3 speed. I know you're thinking, how could you possibly require such a speed? But I really do. Alright, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and stretch this thing Not actually stretch it, because SATA cables don't stretch. But we're going to go ahead. This is SATA 3, yeah. And it was like, yeah, $3.50. I honestly did not realize how small it was. Alright, we're going to have to do some bay rearranging that I was not planning on, but that is totally okay. First thing we're going to do, we're going to need to undo some of this because we're going to need to redo the screws in here. No matter what happens, we're going to need to do that. So, there's our OCZ Vertex drive that we were running on. It was 32 gigs, and we were running on this thing for the first 6 months we had this computer. 32 gigs was all we had. That was why we originally used Linux on this computer. Oh, sweet. We won't have to... Alright. It appears that we've been using our Samsung drive with only one screw. I thought we had 2 screws each. I was going to take 2 of those off, put them on the hard drive, and have 1 screw per SSD, but it looks like we won't even have to move the Samsung drive, so that's good. So here's bay number 3. I actually do think that we're going to take this all the way out of bay number 1, because I am just such an OCD kind of guy when it comes to that. I know all these plastic bays are exactly the same, but hey. Alright, so here is our 32 gigabyte SSD putting into, and I know that 32 gigs isn't a lot. If this were a hard drive, I'd put it, into retirement, but SSDs are a little too fast for me to do that with. Screw in the 32 gig SSD here. It's going to be running a Windows XP virtual machine. This entire drive dedicated to the Windows XP virtual machine. If you want to know why the heck I do that, check out our Life on Linux project. So yeah, there's bay number 3. Our SSD plugs in right there. But yeah, Samsung drive feels a little bit sturdier than 1 screw. Oh, we must have had like 5 screws or something. Okay, well yeah, I'd rather have 3 screws for the hard drive than 2. So both of our SSDs will be running with 1 screw. How crazy is that, right? But the hard drive moves. The SSDs, they don't move. They just have electrical impulses and whatnot going through them. I had better have enough freaking power cord supplies. Alright, there's one right there. Oh, no. Alright, well, yeah, there's one right here. So we have enough. We might just have to do a little bit of cable crap. Taking the hard drive, this is the first time I've taken the hard drive out of the anti-static bag. And yeah, the hard drive really did come just wrapped in bubble wrap in the anti-static bag in the middle of a bunch of peanuts. But, I'd rather have it be that than, just in the middle of a bunch of cardboard. Took me a long time to save up for this thing. I got a sale on it, too. It was 90 instead of 110. I think it's 105 now. Quiet, shaking it very gently, of course. And it appears to be quiet. So, yeah, that is great sign. And, yeah, here we go. I really am. I can't even describe to you how exciting this is. 8 months having this computer. I never once had over 200 gigabytes free. And, here I am, finally getting... Alright, how the heck do we mount this? What's the problem? It appears that the mounting things don't match up. Just to be sure, yes, it goes in that way. Maybe we did it wrong with our... No. It's gotta go in this way. Oh, I see. The axles of the wheels actually go into... That's not right, is it? I'm sorry. Give me a moment. Okay, I totally figured it out. It turns out those things that I thought were wheels actually aren't wheels. They're little squishy things that are meant to be shock absorbers. And the axles of the wheels are actually things that stick into the screw holes, and they actually come out so that I can put the hard drive in. So yeah, very nice to know we're still good on the no sound. I know that's not the only test you can run, but yeah, I'm very happy. I read the manual. It said, yeah, shock proof. I'm like, well, what? Shock proof. So it looks like those screws that I was going to put in might actually be specifically. Yeah, no, these don't fit in there. Those screws might be specifically for SSDs. So I might actually put the SSDs back in. Okay, this actually does feel pretty solid. I'm holding my hand right here. There's no way I'm letting this fall. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and slide that in. First hard drive in this computer. I'm sorry, what? Now here's the fun part. Well, I thought one of the fun parts was going to be figuring out how to divide the screws up, but yeah, if we're not putting any screws on the hard drive, which to me seems like a horrible idea, but I mean, the screw holes were simply not there. I don't know what else I would have been expected to do. So yeah, we're going to put our 2 screws back on the Samsung. We'll put our 1 screw back on the OCZ. Then we will start this thing up. And henceforth, after we confirm that the hard drive is plugged in and working, I'm going to stop recording for the hard drive installation video, and I will start recording for Project Life on Linux. I think the Samsung actually has like a, technically, the Samsung performs better than OCZ. Although, other than the capacity difference, I honestly have not been able to tell a difference. I think SSDs are so fast by themselves. Once you just, like, make faster SSDs, it's already kind of like, dude, we already have SSDs. Why do they gotta be fast? The one major drawback of SSDs, though, is, of course, that they don't have very much space, usually. And when they do, then they're really expensive. That's why we have hard drives like this one. That is really snug in there. I was worried about it shaking without the screws, but with the anti-shock stuff, I don't think it'll be an issue. Do I want to try and show you what's back here? Okay, I've got cables coming out back here, because there is a place behind the motherboard for cable management. The OCZ drive is certainly built sturdier than the Samsung. Now, is the Samsung one didn't come with any cords. Right, I keep, like, thinking about using the Samsung cord. Samsung one didn't come with any cords. Okay, plug that in. See, oh, you know what? I think I might just do it with the 10-inch cable. Just barely. Oh, am I gonna get it? Oh, I had it upside down. Oh, I'm glad I saw that. The bottom 2, this works out perfectly. The bottom 2 SATA ports on my motherboard that are closer to the hard drive, so I can just fit the 10-inch cable to them. They're actually the ones that are the 6 gigabytes per second. Wow, so that, you know, that works out just fine. I have it SATA 6 gigabytes per second. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we now have a 2 terabyte hard drive SATA 6 gigabytes per second. Once again, if you want to know why the heck I would dedicate a 32 gigabyte SSD to Windows XP, watch my Project Life on Linux video. Videos. It's a series. Going to be a 14-plus week series. Oh, of course, the power. We cannot forget the power. Power is important. Although, that's a shocker. We're actually not having any trouble here. Getting this plugged in, yeah. Alrighty, guys. I just thought I would let you see, live and on camera. I believe I have everything hooked up. I know all the fans worked the last time I tested this out, but, I mean, yeah, I think we're good to go. So I'm going to power this up, see if I can recognize all 3 drives, and, yeah, then I'll stop the camera and get to formatting. I can hear the hard drive. I can also hear the faint scratch noise that was mentioned in a lot of the reviews. Now you may be asking, if people were reporting a scratch noise, why did you get this drive? It's because there is a firmware update available, people. I'm not an idiot. That's actually not that bad. I probably wouldn't have even noticed it if people weren't pointing it out in the reviews. But yeah, this is my first Seagate drive, by the way. I've always been a Western Digital dude. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time to try something different. Hope I don't regret it. Alright, the model for this was it is a Barracuda ST2000DM001. 2 terabytes, 7200 RPM, 64 megabyte cache, sound at 6 gigabytes per second, 3.5-inch internal hard drive. And it's the bare drive, doesn't include any goodies. So we're going to... Wow, that's pretty quiet for a hard drive. Alright, we're going to download the update, yeah. So I'm downloading the firmware update because we're going to be finishing here in just a minute and we don't have any cords tying us down. I'm going to take you back here, show you, this is what the back of the computer looks like. I know I never really got any real good shots of this during my building a computer series. So yeah, this is, as you can see here, it's the back of where the processor rests on the motherboard. I can see the motherboard bending a little bit, which is not very good. But, you know, that's something you have to deal with. So yeah, here's where the drives are. These are all the external drives, like the CD and all that. Internal drives are down here, and yeah, cords coming through here. I did bring a few that aren't connected to anything back here, just to kind of tidy up the front a little bit. Because yeah, nobody ever sees this part. So we are going to install the firmware updates. Wow, I can't even tell, honestly. I can't even tell that I think the noise went away, actually. Alright, we're going to go ahead and install the firmware update. If and when that completes successfully, this is, by the way, Seagate's 2 terabyte per disk technology. Not 2 terabyte per disk, 1 terabyte per disk. Okay. Do not run this firmware on RAID systems. Do not turn the power off during the firmware update. Before you begin, make sure you have backed up all your important files. Don't have anything on there. Save any work in progress. Close all other applications. Disconnect all external disconnect all external storage devices? Okay, I don't have any external ones connected. Okay. Proceed. Geez, I unplugged the main hard disk. How stupid am I? Oh, sweet, they're using Linux. Bam, perfect for the occasion, not a Seagate drive. Okay. I'm sorry, could somebody tell me what just happened? Ubuntu. I'm gonna boot into Ubuntu and just, you know, Ubuntu has a knack for picking up, Linux has a knack for picking up things Windows doesn't. I saw some error somewhere. Yes, I know you're low on disk space, that's why I bought a hard drive. Okay, home folder. Ah, this is why I'm switching back to OpenSUSE, because this is the long-term support release. This is supposed to be the stablest they got. I'm getting errors out the wazoo. Ubuntu Linux. Gparted Live. Took me a while, but I found it. Let's pop this in and see what it has to say about the new disk. Okay, here we go. Here we go. You know, I failed to check the BIOS as of yet. Oh, that's a good sign. The hard drive is definitely spinning. And now it dawns on me that I actually had Gparted installed in Ubuntu for this specific purpose. Devices, SDA, SDB. Yes, SATA, that's port 2, unallocated, 1.82 terabytes is what this says. It was supposed to be 2, it's 1.82, but you know what, it's 1.82, what? 1.82 terabytes, so that's just going to be good enough. I'm sorry that this camera work isn't too great. At this point, this is just me letting you know what I'm doing. New partition, device, create partition table, that's probably why it didn't work before. File system for that, yep, ext2, I guess. And, yeah, label OS. Actually, no, user. OS will be on the SSD. Secondly, create new, maximum size, yeah. Second one needs to be NTFS. Alright, it looks like we're good to go. Both operations completed successfully. Yeah, it took about 3 minutes for creating partition 1, and about 2 seconds for creating partition 2. So, yeah, close. Searching partitions. Alright. There's always that pesky little 1 or 2 megabytes that you leave out, but you know what? I'm gonna say this is good to go. That was me installing my 2 terabyte Seagate hard drive. Very excited about that. And if you are interested in seeing what I'll be doing with this hard drive, this is what I will be doing with it. Nerd on the Street Life on Linux project. I will be using OpenSUSE Linux, not using Windows on my main machine. There are some stipulations, but I'll explain those if you go and watch the video. So yeah, I will not be using Windows until my school is out this year, which, you know, 13 and a half, 14 weeks. So yeah, I'm very excited to start that. I'm excited to use this drive, and honestly, I'm excited to put my computer back together. So yeah. I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm Nerd on the Street, and I will see you later. See ya.